Sausage.
Hello everyone, this is Attack the Backlog, the podcast where I, Mark Kuznets, tries to make a dent in their backlog one game at a time. This episode is all about Just Cause 3, a game where you cause mayhem just cause. Just Cause 3 originally came out on December 1st, 2015 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. This marks a new first for Attack the Backlog. This is the first time I've gone back into my backlog to play something I started without restarting from the beginning. I figured I've never cared about the story in Just Cause games, and they really only exist for causing mayhem, as mentioned earlier, so why bother restarting and losing all that progress I made, all the equipment and skills I've gained, and everything in between, when all I'd gain from restarting is a better grasp of the story and a reminder of how to play the game, which I'd figure out for myself through playing the game anyway. So I booted up my last save and started playing with the intention of having a silly, over-the-top, explosive good time, and good time was not had. Just Cause 3, more than any other game I can think of in recent memory, does everything it can to get in the way of the fun thanks to baffling design choices and dull mission structures that fail to give you opportunities to wreak the most havoc possible. Why can you only carry such a minimal amount of ammo in a game about creating the biggest and baddest of explosions out there? Why in a game that's all about explosions do I feel the need to save my rockets and grenades in case I may need them in the future, instead of just going crazy throwing grenades and shooting rockets all willy-nilly? Why doesn't Just Cause 3 just lean into its nonsense, the thing people love about the game, and just give you unlimited ammo for all your weapons, or at least the option to turn this on if you want? Would this make the game too easy? Probably, 100%. Yeah, it definitely would. I guess, sure, fine, but who cares? It's fucking Just Cause. Just cause the mayhem you want, bro. Let me do it. These games have never had great shooting mechanics, great mission designs, or anything resembling what makes for a great third-person shooter. They were games that said, we may not be great at this and that, but we are great at explosions and chaos and explosions and chaos and explosions and chaos we shall give you. But Just Cause 3 instead says, oh, wait a minute, what if we had you think about your ammo and when and where you used it? What if we made you use supply drops for ammo refills when you run out? Supply drops that are limited by how many beacons you have, beacons you can only obtain via designated spots on the map. Speaking of the map, why is it so fucking massive when so much of it is empty with nothing to do? Sure, it looks nice and there are some beautiful vistas that may or may not have windows in them. That's very bad. But as pretty as it may be looking at everything, it's not fun traversing through it because helicopters and planes control like shit, and grappling / parachuting is too slow to be fun over long stretches. Not to mention, you're shit out of luck if you need to traverse over a long stretch of water. You'll just fall into the ocean eventually and be stuck waiting for a boat to show up so you can steal it and throw the innocent civilian piloting it into the water without a life jacket or any means to not drown if they're not a fantastic swimmer with a lot of endurance. You're a fucking murderer, bro. Going back to the beacons, these would be fine if you could buy them with money you gained from playing, or something that would allow you to never feel like you won't be able to call an airdrop when need be. Same goes for fast travel, which is limited by flares, something you also can only hold 3 of at a time and can also only be obtained from specific points in the world. Just Cause 3 does everything it can to get in the way of you having fun that it's hard not to wonder what the hell they were thinking when they put everything together. Even the missions, which should highlight all the crazy things you do and work as directed highlight reels, are boring and usually have you defending a spot or following a bunch of pipes with your stupid grappling hook. Even the grappling / tethering system sucks because it's weak as shit, at least when it's not fully leveled up. And when you lock the good behind tedious upgrade systems, why even bother including them at all? There is a great game somewhere in Just Cause 3, but Avalanche Studios overdesigned the hell out of it and put it under so many layers of garbage that one must go out of their way to find it. As someone who liked the first game and loved the second, I am beyond disappointed. I now understand why I started and stopped playing this game multiple times in the past. While Just Cause 2 hooked me right away and demanded I keep playing until credits rolled, Just Cause 3 constantly pushed me away even though I was just a girl standing in front of it telling it, I want to love you. I want to love you, Just Cause 3, but it didn't want me to love it. Julia Roberts' Just Cause 3 is not. If you have an Xbox or play games on PC, just play Just Cause 2 instead. It's backward compatible and still a great time, which is something I can't say about Just Cause 3. It is just a bad game and not just cause. Anyway, that will do it for this here episode of Attack the Backlog. Once again, I am Marcus Nez. Y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PX Sausage. If you'd like to see me streaming games like Just Cause 3, people had fun watching me lose my mind playing this game. I got really frustrated at times and people were having a ball. They're a bunch of buttholes. I hate them. But if you'd like to see me streaming games like Just Cause 3, you can do so over at twitch.tv/PX Sausage. If you'd like to see the videos I make like the one for this here episode of Attack the Backlog, you can do that over at youtube.com/pixelated sausage. You may already be doing that. You may be there. You may be here right now saying, hey, I'm already watching it. Hi. If you're not already subscribed, do that, like, all that jazz. Speaking of Pixelated Sausage, though, put a little .com after that. You got my site, pixelatedsausage.com, where you can find this podcast and the Pixelated Sausage podcast, both of which are available on podcast services across the globe. You can also check out my art on the site, and if you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/pxs and support us that way. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Dima, are you going to introduce me to your,
Tio.
Rico?
I'm Mario, my bro. I am not your bro.
I think you underestimated the value of your information, Dima. Why would you want to piss off Di Ravello? I want double.
No.
1.5.
No.
You're still a hard ass. Damn it. Tio! Dima, stay in the cabin. You, tough guy, you just gonna stand there?
This should be interesting.